ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ ऋतगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः। ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ Hari Om, Suprabhatam, and a very, very, very warm welcome to the new series starting today. We will chant the Dhyana Shlokas. Om Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannabadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye. Om Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Hriddhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikanaatham. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We will chant from the 31st shloka. Om Amritam Shudbhavo Bhanu Shashabindu Sureshwaraha औषधं जगतः सेतुः सत्यधर्मपराक्रमः भूतभव्यभवन्नाथः पवनः पावनो नलः कामः कामकृत्कान्तः कामः कामप्रदः प्रभुः युगातिकृत्युगावर्तो नैकमायो महाशनः अदृश्यो व्यक्तरूपश्च सहस्रजिदनन्तजित् इष्टो विशिष्टः शिष्टेष्टः शिखण्डी नहुषो वृषः क्रोधः क्रोधकृत्कर्ता विश्वबाहुर्महीधरः अच्युतः प्रथितः प्राणः प्राणदो वासवानुजः अपान्निधिरधिष्ठानमप्रमत्तः प्रतिष्ठितः स्कन्दस्कन्दधरो धुर्यो वरदो वायुवाहनः वासुदेवो बृहद्भानुरादिदेवः पुरन्दरः. Having completed 35 shlokas, we have to now take up the 36th shloka. Before we take up this next nama, may we recall, may we remind ourselves, again and again make sure that every nama directs towards the Supreme Brahman alone. With the mind not being capable of understanding the supreme nature of the Brahman, the mind requires an alambana, and therefore Shastras have provided with devatas to which mind can connect through various ways. Nama, Dhama, Guna, Leela, Katha, ityadi. We can take any of them or all of them and connect our mind towards the Lord, surrender at the feet of the Lord, love Him with all His qualities, love Him with all His leelas, which the mind can easily connect. And not stopping there, if not all of us, a few of us go further. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatamaphi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Very few know me at the true nature level. However, everybody will be benefited whoever takes the name of the Lord. Therefore, Nama Smarana, Nama Sankirtana, Sahasranama, Ityadi Sadhanani are very, very, very helpful for our inner journey towards the higher. With this in mind, now we are seeing all the namas. Every nama can definitely take us towards the higher. Every nama gives us so much of joy. And the first nama in this series is such a beautiful nama. What is that? Skandaha. Skandadharaha, Dhuryaha, Varadaha, Vayuvahanaha, Vasudevaha, Brihadbhanuhu, Adidevaha, Purandaraha. 9 namas of this are so beautiful, we will see them. Skandaha. The moment we utter this nama, all of us immediately shift our mind to the one of the most beautiful devata called Muruga, Kartikeya. In the Tamil Nadu, where it is very famous and popular, Alaga. Like that, so many namas are given to him. Skandaha. Skandaha as a avatara talks only of the vibhuti of the Lord. It does not talk of an individual called Skanda who was the captain of the gods, an individual devata, but it only reflects the vibhuti of the Supreme. Skandaha. What does the Skandaha mean? skandati amrita rupena ananda rupena gacchati. Acharya writes, skandati means the one who flows. How? Amrita rupena, as the very immortal joy. Ananda rupena. Amrita rupena here refers to not only immortality, it also refers to the very inner nature of Ananda. So Bhagavan is what? Ananda Swarupaha. Ananda Rupena Gacchati. Gacchati here means moves. What does move here? In the hearts of the devotees, Bhagavan moves in the form of Ananda. Now we have been talking about this for ages. Ananda refers to two types of Ananda. One is Vishayananda, another one is Paramananda. Even when it comes to Vishayananda, that Swarupa of Ananda which gives bliss, which gives joy, which gives happiness is nothing but the very nature of Lord. That Ananda itself is Bhagavan. But a sadhaka enjoys limited Ananda when it is Vishaya Sakti. When he has Vishaya Sakti, he experiences Ananda by coming into contact with the Vishayas. At the same time, when that Ananda is able to again indicate, what does it indicate? Indicates this Ananda which is born out of Vishaya Sakti. If this can give you this much of Ananda, how beautiful it would be when it is directed towards Brahmananda, Paramananda. It does indicate, but out of our own ignorance, we end up in thinking and enjoying the fleeting pleasures of life through Vishayananda, and we forget Brahmananda. The one who is alert, who is vigilant, who is conscious, who is able to see, visualize the nature of the Supreme through this very Vishayananda and leave behind. Shastras call it as Udasinata. What is Udasinata? Leaving behind all the Vishayanandas. Having gained them, having experienced them, having had the pleasure of them, having enjoyed them, a bhakta and a jnani, a jignasu, leaves behind the Vishayananda and marches forward towards Brahmananda. And the best path is bhakti, and therefore Bhagavan is that Supreme Ananda who is otherwise called Skandaha. Alright, continuing, Bhagavan gives one more meaning. What is that? Vayurupena shoshayati iti va Skandaha. He who dries up or evaporates in the form of air. What does he evaporate? All the causes for worries, all the cause that leads us to worries, anxieties, agitations, sorrows, ityadi, all that is been dried up by whom? By Bhagavan. He dries up all these for whom? For his devotees who have taken the step forward to think of Bhagavan alone and leave behind the Vishayananda, Vishayasakti. He dries up. Therefore, Vayurupena, in the form of air, Shoshayati, it dries up all. In fact, Vayu, air, is such that it dries up. Wherever there is air, we keep hang our clothes outside for drying. Why? Because air movement is there, and the movement of air dries up all the wetness. Similarly, Vayurupena, Bhagavan dries up all the wetness of our sorrows and worries. Therefore, he is also called Skandaha. And then this one we saw in the beginning itself, Senaninam aham skandaha. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna very beautifully says, among the captains, I am Skandaha, meaning the greatest captain. Skanda, Muruga, Kartikeya, Shanmukha, Senadhipati, so many names are there. Who is the Senadhipati of the Devatas also, and that way also he is Skandaha. Continuing, Skandadharaha. One is Skandaha. We saw who is Skandaha. Who is Skandadharaha? Skandam dharmapatham dharayati iti Skandadharaha. Skandam, Bhagavan, dharmapatham dharayati. Skandam is also called as dharmapatha, the path of dharma, path of righteousness. When we say Skanda is the captain of Devatas, being the captain of Devatas, what is his nature of work? He removes, he eradicates, he kills all the adharmis. Who are the adharmis? In the Purana, they are all Rakshasas. We call them Rakshasas. In fact, in every one of us there is a Skanda, and in every one of us there are Rakshasas. As we had already mentioned several times, Kama, Krodha, Ityadi, Vairinaha are our negative nature, negative qualities which we have developed, and Skanda is that righteous thinking in us which eradicates, removes all the adharma thoughts. However, even though Skanda is in our own heart, even though all the negative qualities are there in our heart, Skanda directly will not go and kill them. Skanda will wait for all of us to give him that responsibility, to hand over that power of attorney. What is that power of attorney? Our bhakti towards Bhagavan. That is the power of attorney. When I give the power of attorney, which is nothing but my bhakti, my devotion, my love towards Bhagavan, then Bhagavan takes charge. Bhagavan takes charge as the captain of the army of righteousness, and he removes all the negativities. We all are much experienced. What is that experience? At every given period of time we find the righteous nature within us appears at some time and is weaker at some times. The Rakshasas in us, the wrong qualities in us, they also appear at some times and they disappear at some times. This appearance of righteousness in our mind, this manifestation of adharma in our mind keeps coming and going. Now, what is the sadhana there? Sadhana is to retain the righteous thoughts for a longer period of time and reduce the adharmic thoughts as much as possible and retain these dharmic thoughts. Both are there. Why? All of us are made up of three gunas. The Trigunatmika Maya is there in all of us. They do manifest. All of them manifest. But in most of us, the adharmic qualities manifest for a longer period of time. For some, for a shorter period of time. For some, very minimal. It is there. But what do? I give the reins in the hands of Bhagavan and say, Bhagavan, kamadi dosha rahitam kurumana sancha. Think. When I give the reins to Bhagavan, Bhagavan takes the reins in his hands. But what is our condition now? We are unable to handle the horses of adharma and we are not ready to give it to the hands of Bhagavan. It is very simple. Hand over the reins of the horses of the mind to Bhagavan's hands. That is what the chariot represents. Who is the charioteer? Bhagavan Sri Krishna. When we keep Sri Krishna as the charioteer, he knows how to handle the horses. Is it not? But we are not ready to hand over. We want to handle. We think we are capable. We underestimate our, or rather overestimate our capacity. Not underestimate, overestimate our capacity. Bhagavan will be quiet. Bhagavan, look at him, he stands. He smiles and watches what? Our inability. He watches, honestly speaking, our stupidity that we think we can handle. We have capacitated our mind, we have influenced our mind, we have given so much of power to our mind that we have no power to handle our own mind properly. Please note, we only have given all that to our mind. Whenever the mind wants whatever, we provide, we make the mind, oh beautiful, take it, that's yours. Like that, we have made the mind stronger. In fact, we have made the mind weaker. Think. Stronger in demanding all the pleasurable items, weaker in understanding the truth behind them. Therefore, skandam dharmapatam dharayati, when it is said, Bhagavan gives us time and again, he gives us that mind. He gives those righteous thoughts. He says, change. Think. He says, bring in transformation in you. You can do it. But we are so busy, so indulged, we are carried away by all the whims and fancies of the world that we fail to recognize our own capacity, which is in the form of righteous thoughts given by Bhagavan. And that Bhagavan is in me. He is the captain. He is the Senadhipati. But unless he is given that power of attorney to kill the enemies, he will keep quiet. Think. Therefore, today and now, we have to hand over it to him. And then you will find there is so much of joy. How do I hand over? Remove wrong thoughts, refill the space with righteous thoughts. Again and again, our habitual thoughts will come. It will eat away our capacities. Doesn't matter. Don't be harsh on them. Quietly, lovingly, carefully, and with alert and vigilance, slowly and slowly remove the wrong thoughts. How do I remove wrong thoughts? Fill in good thoughts. Keep thinking good thoughts. That is why it is said, idle mind is a devil's workshop. When it is said, meaning what? Whenever the mind is starting to think something unwanted, immediately turn the mind. How? Namasmarana dhanyopayam nahi pashyamo bhavatarane. Take the name of the Lord. And then you will find, Lord will say, oh, you have taken my name. Don't worry, I will take care of you. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Whom? Ananyaha chintayantaha. Therefore, skandam dharmapatam dharayati iti skandadharaha. Dhuryaha, another very beautiful name. What is Dhuryaha? Dhuram vahati samasta bhuta janmadi lakshanamiti Dhuryaha. The one who bears the load, weight, responsibility of the creation of this entire universe. What do we mean by this load or weight? All of us have got punya and papa in our kitty. Is it not? Punya karma and papa karma constantly we have been doing, and we have accumulated punya and papa. not only Bhagavan has to hold us, dharayati means what? Support. Dharayati, adhishtana, adhara is Bhagavan. He holds us. The whole weight of the universe. Think. In fact, very importantly, what is this weight? Weight is not the physical bhara. The real weight is our own punya papa karma, which is the real weight. Otherwise, by nature there is no weight. Like for example, there is a clay pot, and the pot is what? It's clay only. Now do we say the clay is bearing the load of the pot? When we say clay is bearing the load of the pot, in fact there is nothing difference between clay and the pot. Both are one and the same. So there is nothing called burden. So clay is not taking the burden of the pot, clay itself is the pot. Similarly, the whole universe is Bhagavan only. Excuse me. But that bhara is our own punya papa karma, which is the real bhara. Minus that, pure nature, it is Bhagavan only. Now he is holding dhuram. Dhuram meaning what? Bharam. What is that? It is our own punya papa karma. Samasta bhuta janmadi lakshanam iti. What is the janmadi lakshanam? Janma, janana, jivana, marana, all are because of papa and punya karmani. Otherwise, if we don't identify ourselves with the sharira mana buddhi chitta hankara, then I am neither the karta nor the bhokta. When there is neither karta nor the bhokta, there is nothing called punya and papa. When there is no punya papa, I am identified with the Supreme. When I am identified with the Supreme, I am the very Supreme. Brahmavit apnoti param. He is that. Brahmavid Brahmaiva bhavati. Upanishad says. Therefore, once I become that, then there is no bhara of punya and papa. Think. So here when it is said, dhuram vahati, he bears the load of our own punya and papa karma. God, how much of punya papa karma each one of us have. Think. And Bhagavan has to bear the load of everybody's punya papa karma. Therefore, dhuryaha, he is the one who is taking the responsibility, the load of the whole entire universe. Therefore, the lesser our punya papa karma, the lesser is the weight of the universe, is what the indication is. He is called dhuryaha. Varadaha. Varam dadati. Now it is said, Abhimatan varan dadati iti varadaha. Abhimatan varan. Varan meaning what? Boon. He is the one who bestows, who blesses us with what? Abhimatan. He blesses with all our desirous demands, in a manner of saying. Now we will have to understand this properly. He definitely blesses us with whatever we desire, but before that, he definitely scrutinizes to know how much we deserve. As in the words of Param Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji, you may never get what you desire, but you can never escape from what you deserve. What do you mean by escape from what you deserve? They are the blessings of Bhagavan. Whatever I deserve, he gives it as a boon. And what I come to deserve, who decides? Bhagavan does not decide. We decide. With what? With our own Sankalpa Shakti. When my Sankalpa Shakti is strong for righteous demands, Bhagavan blesses us with righteousness. Bhagavan will definitely bless our desires. But when our desire is for non-righteous things, Bhagavan does bless that also, but in a different form. How does he bless in a different form? When it is non-righteous desire, he as though blesses us the non-righteous desires also, but karma is followed by karma phala. Righteous karma will bring good phala. Unrighteous karma will definitely bring the wrong phala. What is wrong phala? Is nothing but agitations, regrets, pain, suffering, sorrows. Think. Disturbances within the family, disturbances within the society, within the community, within the nation. Think. Today, every intelligent human being, any and every intelligent human being will stop watching news. Should stop watching news. Why? There is nothing righteous happening. Think. I am using nothing righteous happening. It is only an exaggeration. Definitely there are good things are also happening, no doubt, but they are very little. Why they are very little? They are happening, but they are not noticed. All the wrong things becomes the prime factor of the day. Think. And what do we see in the TVs and newspapers? No good stuff has been projected. Think. Here is a satsang, there is a Upanishad Jnana Yajna, here is a Gita Jnana Yajna. Nobody highlights that. Somewhere in the corner, 2 or 3 lines, and that too in the smallest font size, it is put there in the newspaper. But look at what is it filled with. Think. A sensible, intelligent human being will stop reading the newspaper or the news also. And they should actually encourage all that good things which is happening in that very newspaper or the serials. Think. When only wrong things are being projected, mind will get influenced by them. And the mind will want to again go into those very paths which will only give agitations, which will only give pain and suffering, disturbance, frustration, fatigue. And that is the karma phala. Now, who desired them? Who comes to deserve them? Only the one who turns his mind towards the whims and fancies or the happenings of the world, and therefore karma phala is being blessed by the Lord. Think. What is the learning there? At least by experiencing the wrong things, at least then turn the mind, redirect the mind, rechannelize the mind towards what? From the outer world to the inner being. This ability is blessed by Bhagavan. Therefore, he is called Varadaha. Abhimatan Varan Dadati. All that is being, what is our desire, he blesses us. The results of which we have to experience, we have to go through. And I decide what experience I want to go through. And what is the decision there? I go through good karmas, I will go through good results. And these results are blessed by Bhagavan. Therefore, he is called Varadaha. Varam dakshinam dadati yajamana rupena iti va varadaha. Dakshinam dadati. The one who is in the form of Yajaman, Karta of the actions, performer of the yajnas, he is the giver of various dakshinas. The Yajaman of the yajna in the rituals, he gives dakshinas to all the brahmanas, godana, ityadi danas are there. The Yajaman has to give. Who is the Karta? In that standpoint, Bhagavan is the Karta of all that is happening in the universe, and he gives dakshinas to everyone. Therefore, varam dakshinam dadati. He gives the vara itself as the dakshina for all the happenings in the universe. Yajamana rupena itiva varadaha. Vayuvahanaha, an amazing name which requires proper understanding. What is Vayuvahanaha? Marutaha sapta avahadin vahayati iti Vayuvahanaha. The one who makes the sapta, 7 types of Vayus blow. We all know Vayu. Vayu means air. Only air we know. Beyond that, we don't know anything. But it is said there are so many Vayus. The Vayu which we breathe in and breathe out as pranas also work within us as the Pancha Prana. Prana, Vyana, Apana, Udana, Samana, Pancha Pranas. When we breathe in and breathe out. Then there are so many other Vayus outside. And here Acharya refers as Sapta, 7 types. What are they? Avaha, pravaha, udvaha or anuvaha, samvaha, vivaha, parāvaha and parivaha. Sapta prana, Vayu. What are they? Avaha. It is the Vayu that flows between the earth and the clouds. See how beautifully our Shastras have identified everything, and in fact, I am only going to give the list. I am not going to talk in detail about it. That is not our this one right now. But the one who goes in detail in learning about it will come to know the intricacies and the depth in all our Shastras declarations, and the knowledge which it has. Avaha, the Vayu that is being carried. Vayu Vahanaha. Vahanaha means what? Vehicle. Vahana, that which carries the Vayu. Between earth and clouds, it is called Avaha. Between clouds and the sun, that particular Vayu which carries is called as pravaha. Third one, Udvaha or Anuvaha is that which carries the Vayu from the sun to the moon. Then we have Samvaha, between moon and stars, the Vayu which is being carried between moon and stars. Vivaha, between stars and planets. Earth is also a planet. Parāvaha, between planets and the saptarsi mandala. This we know. We see 7 stars together, a group of 7 stars together, which is called a saptarsi mandala. And we also have the pole star nakşatra, dhruva nakşatra, the saptarsi mandala to the dhruva nakşatra. It is called parāvaha. Sapta Vayu Vahanaha is Bhagavan. He carries this Vayu, and through that he enlivens the entire universe. Therefore he is called as Vayu Vahanaha. Then comes another most wonderful name, Vasudevaha. We all know Vasudeva as Krishna's father. Right? But Vasudeva has got a very deep meaning. How beautifully Acharya Shankara explains them. There are 2 words in it. One is Vasu and another one is Devaha. Now what is Vasu? Vasati, Vasayati, Achadayati va Sarvamiti Vasuhu. This is one. Second one is divyati, kridati, vijigishate, dyotate, stuyate, kamyate, gacchati iti va devaha. One is Vasuhu, another one is Devaha. And then the conclusion here he says, Vasuscha asau devascha Vasudevaha. Meaning, Bhagavan is both Vasuhu and Devaha. Now, what is that? What does this expression mean? Vasati. The Lord alone lives. The Lord alone exists in all as the Sat, called existence. The word is very interesting. Bhagavan is called as existence. In our case, we exist now. We did not exist earlier. We will not exist as this form later. So our existence is time bound. It is within the limitation of time and space. But Bhagavan is not called as he existed before, he will exist later. It is not said that way. How is he called as? The very existence. Another word normally used is isness. I-S, is. This microphone is. This laptop is. This clock is. The camera is. TV is. Bhagavan Vigraha is. The isness in all of them is common. What is this isness? Is that existence. This microphone is existent now. That existence of the microphone is called isness. And that existence is Bhagavan. Existence of a laptop. Existence of this display. Right now, we see the very existence, but the isness of all of them, not the material. The isness is Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan is called existence, and the existence is always existent. That is why it is called as existence. Therefore, Bhagavan is beyond the concept of time and space. 1. 2. This Vasati, existence, is the material cause, exists in and pervades the effect. Remember the 3 laws of causation? There cannot be an effect without the cause. Effects are nothing but cause itself in different forms. From the effect, when cause is removed, nothing remains. Meaning, cause pervades the effect. Cause exists in the effect. This existence is the material cause, and that material cause is Lord, is Bhagavan in the form of existence. Therefore, Vasati. Vasayati. It is a material cause that lends existence to the effect and sustains it. Remove the cause, effect will not remain. So, cause lends the existence to the effect, and therefore Bhagavan Vasayati va. Vasati Vasayati. Therefore, all parts exist in clay. Isn't it? Clay is nothing but the pot itself. Pot itself is the clay, but pot cannot exist without clay. Clay can exist without pot. Therefore, clay is the existence of the pot. Similarly, Bhagavan is the existence in the universe. Think. Vasayati. All effects exist in the material class. This is what we said. Vasati asmin sarvam. In everything, he alone vasati. Therefore, whole creation lives and exists in him. He is the very indweller in all. Therefore, he is the material cause. Right? Achadayati, one who veils this existence, knowledge of this existence through his Maya. With the Maya Shakti, he covers, he veils the manifestation of the existence to our minds. Therefore, he is called as Achadayati. Vasati, Vasayati, Achadayati. All these three refers to the material aspect of it. Therefore, he is the material cause. Then comes the efficient cause, which we will see tomorrow. Right? Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.